Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm so excited to be sharing with you a haul that I received from Mr. Pen. So while they are sponsoring today's videos, these are products that I picked out and I'm really excited to share each of them with you. I have a little bit of a variety of things. I have some notebooks, I have a Bible journaling kit which has a lot of different things inside of it, and then I also have some different highlighters and also some must-have lettering supplies if you are into watercolor lettering. So I will show you some watercolor with that in this video as well. So with that said, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Pen for sponsoring this video. And let's jump right into the haul. So the first thing that I want to show you, I'm going to open up because I am going to use this for my swatches. So this was a 2-pack of these craft notebooks. And I love notebooks like this because I just like the look of the craft paper, but I also like that you can customize them. So if you're into hand lettering, you can use a watercolor brush and some white ink to decorate this, or you could use a paint pen, or you could just use a dip pen and ink, or honestly a lot of different pens. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with these aside from using one of them to share my swatches with you today. So the paper actually feels really smooth, which is great because I am out of my smooth hand lettering paper, or at least I'm not sure where I have it, if I have any left. So this will be great to test out. And so I think just off of feeling it that this will write really nicely. It's not super thick, but not super thin either. So first of all, let me go ahead and show you what is inside of this Bible journaling kit, because there are actually some things under here as well. So I'll get them all out and then I can start doing some swatches. So first things first, we have some washi tape, and these are such beautiful colors, especially if you're into kind of like a minimalist style. And most of the things in the Bible journaling kit are kind of coordinating colors, so it should make it really easy to kind of layer and things will look nice together. And then next I have this little stack of round transparent sticky notes, which I am so excited to try these. I have been wanting to try transparent sticky notes for a long time. And they also sent the pen that they recommend using for these, so I will show you that as well. And then here's another stack of transparent sticky notes, kind of some muted neutrals. Very pretty. And the kit also came with these paper clips, and underneath we have a few things as well. So it includes these Bible tabs, which are kind of like a frosted, transparent color. And then we also have these Bible journaling stickers. This kit also came with this pencil pouch. So this is a zipper pencil pouch, and we have some pockets on the inside. Some are a little bit bigger than others. And it looks like it should fit quite a lot of things. I'm guessing actually that it probably will fit everything that's in this kit, because I could put the longer sticky notes here and then the smaller ones in washi tape and paper clips in here. So I'll try to do that at the end, but I'm guessing all of these things, maybe minus the sticker packs and the Bible tabs, will fit in here. So here we have some highlighters, and then here we have black ballpoint pens, and then this one is a 0.8mm fine liner, and I believe that is to be used with these transparent sticky notes. So let me go ahead and show you some swatches since I have these all out, and then I will go through some of the other products that I got. Alright, so to start, I'm going to go ahead and write on it with this fine liner. So this is the one that they recommend, which is a 0.8mm fine liner. And this is about the size that I really like to use for this kind of thing when it comes to journaling. And so I haven't tried it yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to like it. We're writing on top of these stickers. They're so smooth that it feels really nice to write. I'm just curious how long it will take for this to dry. I don't want to test it out too early. Oh, that's already dry. So very nice. And they're only sticky on about half of it. Here's what it looks like if you write underneath them. You can still see the words through. So if you're putting this on top of words, like let's say you're studying or something, you should be able to read it through unless the words are really light, in which case these would probably work a little bit better than these darker ones. So on this page I put the rectangular sticky notes. They're not perfectly straight, but that's okay. And then I kind of overlap them. So that's kind of what they look like on the different colors here. All right, so let me go ahead and show you the highlighters on this page. If you've never seen this type of highlighter, it almost feels like you're writing with a very soft crayon. Not exactly like a crayon, but just like sort of similar-ish. I really like using these highlighters, but as you know with highlighters, a lot of times they come in just a lot of really bright or like neon colors. So what I love about the highlighters that Mr. Pen carries is that they have beautiful color palettes. I actually had a really hard time picking one. That's why I purchased the Bible journaling kit, because I just like the whole kit all together. But when it comes to the color palettes that they have, there are so many different beautiful ones. And so I am going to make a list on Amazon with just a bunch of different products, including the ones that I used here, if you want to look, just to help you narrow down what they have in their shop. But I definitely appreciate a beautiful and kind of muted color palette when it comes to highlighters. Okay, after trying these, I love them even more. Not only do I just love the color palette, but also using these over words. They're just, I don't know if the word is softer than the other ones that I've tried in the past, but they just write really smoothly. I just felt like they went on the page really well, and also it looked so pretty and kept their color. This one is maybe less purple than the purple one is, but overall, I just really love the color palette here. That is what it looks like on the back side of the page. And then let me show you these pens. So these came with the Bible journaling kit, and I believe they're all the same color, so I might not test them all out for you, but these are really beautiful as well. Okay, so aside from this notebook, all that stuff was from the Bible journaling kit. So even though I'm even more excited about all of that now that I've seen it and tried it, I still have a couple more things to show you. So the next one is this highlighter set. And if you go to Mr. Pen's shop, you will see that they have a lot of different highlighters. So it's hard to narrow down just one, but I decided to get this color because I actually use a lot of highlighters to color code in my homeschool planner. And I wanted something that had really contrasting colors so that it just makes it stand out a little bit more. So I picked a pack with some brighter colors, and let me go ahead and show those to you. So these are like square or rectangle shaped, which is not a huge deal, except for that I love that they won't roll off the table. And they also have a chisel tip, so let's go ahead and try them out. I feel like I should also mention that Mr. Pen products are super affordable. I will link all the things that I'm showing you in the description box below, but you will see that their products are really affordable. All right, so the next highlighter set I wanted to show you is this one here. Let me show you the design of these pen bodies. They're kind of fun and unique. So look at that end of the pen. There's kind of a hole that goes through it. So let's go ahead and try the swatches of these as well. So this color palette is so beautiful as well. This reminds me of what a vintage, like a vintage or antique set of colors might look like, especially with that kind of rose gold. And let me go ahead and try a couple of them with words. I somehow like them even better when I use them over the black. Doesn't that look so pretty? Okay, so big fan of all of these that I've tried so far, and I'm going to show you next a couple of the watercolor items. And if you've ever wanted to try watercolor hand lettering, make sure to watch this part because I want to show you what I'm going to do with these erasers. Let me just clean up this mess off of my desk and I'll be right back. Okay, so for this part of the haul, I am going to use a couple of products that I did not get from Mr. Pen only because I didn't want to use that notebook for watercolor. I don't think that would do these paintbrushes justice. I wanted to use actual watercolor paper. So I've got some watercolor paper here, and then I will of course be using some watercolors. Now they call these miniature paintbrushes. To me, they just look like varying sizes of round brushes. And I do use round brushes for watercolor lettering. So I thought that I would try these, especially because if they work for lettering, they are such a great price. And they start with a 000 up to a 6. So for hand lettering, I'll sometimes use these smaller ones for like a block style lettering if it's really small, but for the most part I use something anywhere from a 0 to a 6. Occasionally I'll use an 8, but that's if I'm doing some bigger watercolor lettering. So these sizes will be perfect and give me several different options. So there were a few different colors of these watercolor brushes. I almost got the white. I decided to go with the rose gold. They were both really pretty though. All right, so to start with, I'm just gonna get some watercolor on my little palette over here, and I'm gonna use the bigger brush for that. This is the 6. And then to letter with, I am going to start with a size 4 brush. Now when you are doing watercolor lettering, we want our watercolor to be really thinned out. So I want it to be able to continue on with my whole stroke. I don't want to run out of paint in my lettering stroke. And so that's why I have it a little bit thinner. I can always add more if it's too thin, but I don't want it to be too thick where I start to see like brush strokes in the middle of a letter. So one of the things about watercolor lettering is sometimes it can take me a little bit of time to get used to a new brush, but I really didn't find that at all. The first stroke of my B got a little bit funny, but aside from that, I actually found this super simple to letter with as far as how I would expect a brush to perform. So I'm very excited. They're very affordable and they came with quite a good variety. So I'm going to do a little bit more watercolor here, but I'm really overall impressed with this so far. If you do want to learn more about how to do watercolor lettering, I'm going to leave some resources in the description box below for you. So make sure to check that out. All right, so the next product I want to show you is something that I have loved since I learned about it, or I guess since I first tried them. I've never tried the Mr. Pen brand, and I won't lie, I actually did not. I saw the listing picture, but I did not realize how many were going to come in this pack. So I will be stocked up on these for a while. But this is called a Kneaded eraser. So the reason that I like these so much is because they work amazingly when you do watercolor to help get rid of those lines without fully getting rid of them so that you can't see enough to watercolor. So once you've drawn your design, I have a couple of leaves here, and you want to fill it in with watercolor. I've drawn it dark enough where this is probably not going to disappear when I paint it. But if I go ahead and erase, a lot of times it erases too much, and then I'm left with like some bare spots and then some that are darker, and it just isn't as even of a look. I also have so much eraser dust when I do that. So I like to use instead one of these kneaded erasers, and how I use this, I just kind of roll it up like this, and then I will roll it across my paper. Now this doesn't even have to be watercolor. If you're doing dip pen calligraphy or something where you're doing calligraphy where you have written with a pencil first to get your spacing correct, and then you want to go over it with a pen or a marker or a dip pen or something like that, this works for that as well. But I just kind of go over it lightly until it has taken away a lot of those harsh lines. This will probably get a little bit more circular the more I use it. But as you can see, it kind of erased evenly without making it so that I can't see my drawings. So see how it's just really faint. So when I paint, hopefully that's going to disappear, but it's not so light that I can't see it when I'm trying to paint. All right, so now I was able to paint, and most of that, if not all of that pencil is gone and it has disappeared, but it was still able to see the outline while I was painting. So that is why I love these kneadable or kneaded erasers. I think they're great to have on hand if you do tracing like this or with hand lettering. I'm a big fan. So I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know if there are any other products that you wanted to see that I missed from Mr. Pen. I'm having a pretty hard time deciding because they were kind of from different categories. I loved the soft highlighters and was just super impressed with the colors of those. But I also love when I get to watercolor, especially watercolor lettering, and I was very happy and impressed with these as well. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Mr. Pen for sponsoring this video, and I will see you in my next one.